Hello, my name is Maria Martina Loretta. Today, I will be presenting my design process journal and my final tableau vivant. Before starting my plan to produce my final tableau vivant, I thought to myself, what was I interested in? The Victorian Age, the Middle Ages, the Stone Ages, ancient Egypt? Unfortunately, none of the highly known historical eras interested me. However, I knew one thing that intrigued me, and that was the Japanese culture. I ended up choosing living in Japan in the 1980s as my tableau vivant due to its memorable events and current inventions. In the late 1980s, a so-called bubble era blew up. It was an era of economic growth due to prices of assets increasing and just high economic activity in general. Many young Japanese women enjoyed this time of disco, financial richness, and popping colors. Also, during this period, a self-made Japanese fashion designer by the name of Rei Kawakubo has unintentionally made a revolutionary fashion trend within Japan. This was called the Karazuzoku, which meant black crow. This is due to the all-black fashion that was highly popular because of the rejecting opinion on the mainstream bubble and colorful era. Lastly, the Nintendo Entertainment System, also known as the NES, was launched in 1983 in Japan and became the biggest video game platform of all time. It was an influential system that got every teenager in and was a big hit not just in Japan, but around the world until today. And from my research, and myself included, my final tableau vivant was produced. But you may be wondering, what is that and that? Well, during my research, there was not much information to recreate a photo in the 1980s. Instead, I found Japanese items that were frequently seen in a traditional home and incorporated it in the photo. Just like a katatsu, which is a table with a built-in heater underneath and a futon attached, and a tatami, which is a woven mat for comfort when sitting on the floor and insulation. The front part of my house luckily had a mat that looked like a tatami, and I made a little katatsu with a side table, a blanket, and a chopping board. My dad had a recreation on the first NES, and I thought that this was a great idea to have it on my final tableau vivant. I also opted out for an all-black fashion to recreate the Karazuzoku fashion. And for the final touch, I tweaked the shot in Photoshop to make it look like it was taken in the 1980s. Overall, making the tableau vivant helped me find my style and my design aesthetic. I learned many things during my research and appreciated the little inventions that makes Japan who they are today. Thank you for watching and listening. This is Maria Martina Loretta, and my references are included as well. Thank you.